One thing is certain. If you stick to the word, you will come back with a testimony. What God wants to give.
So it's called the Assyrian in the Old Testament. So I'm just letting you understand this power play between human beings in authority in certain instances and evil spirits behind them. In this case, GOG is an evil spirit that, I'll read the very words to you. He lures Russia and its allies to war. And so you find the leader of Russia at the time who would go to war would be killed as a man. You see, he'll be killed as a man. But then he shows up in the book of Revelation, meaning the spirit still on. That was God's indication to you. He's letting you know that that man that died, God, but that was not the end. So he lures them again to battle. And then he doesn't give you much information. He just tells you he gets them to battle, gets the nations back to war, and then God consumes them with fire from heaven. And that's the end. And suddenly we're at the judgment. So what was the necessity of that? To let you know that you read about, he was dealing with a spirit being, not just a man. There's a spirit behind it. So, with that understanding, let's read. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying in verse 1, Son of man, set thy face, that's verse 2, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And say, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company. I want you to notice what it says. A great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, now he's talking about the allies. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all of them with shield and helmets. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, or Beth Togarmah, of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. You see that? Be thou a guard unto them. So you're going to be leading them. Look at verse 8. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee. How could they amass such a massive force from the northernmost parts and travel all the way across Europe? How could that be? It can't be this little, stuff they're having, the kind of quarreling they're having over there right now, and then these guys are talking, and you think it's just some little stuff. No. This is a big thing. This is huge. Verse 10. Thus saith the Lord God, it shall also come to pass at the same time, shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thoughts, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. reminds us of Satan. He thought an evil thought. I will ascend. Yeah. He thought an evil. He says, you will pray. He had an evil thought. So here is again this evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest and that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. Now this is very indicative of the timing of this conspiracy. Because it says it will be at a time where they are at rest. Now what time would this be? First, they are brought back from the sword, which means that they've come back as a nation. They have been sent scattered to all nations, and now they've come back. And since 1948, they became a nation again. And from then on, they've been kind of consolidating. Now, what is the next time? Because all this period, they are troubled. So they need peace. So when are they going to have this verse 11? It'll be when the Antichrist comes. And comes as a man of peace. This will be at the beginning part. At the beginning part of the first 3.5 years. So he comes in as a man of peace. And settles with many. Go to Daniel chapter 9. We're going to read from verse 26. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. By the way, just look at this. This is very important. It says, look at it. It says, after Messiah is cut off, what follows is the people of the prince that